Hello everyone, my name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. So, into the previous video, we have imported out the respective libraries that we will be using through this credit card fraud detection project, right? Now, further here, what I will be doing, I'll be further taking you towards some more libraries that we will be using up over here for our complete project. Okay, so just a second. Great. So let's get started up with importing out of our other libraries, right? So if you have watched out my previous video, you might have got an idea what are we gonna do, what this is all about, and even you might have got ideas what project we are gonna do, what are we really doing. So if you haven't watched out the previous video, I would recommend you to go with the complete series, not watch it out from middle, because going it from a complete series would make a much more benefit to you rather than just simply watching out any random videos from this particular playlist. Okay, so great. My NumPy and the pandas, these two libraries were already imported. Next I am going to import a library which is pickle, P-I-C-K-L-E. Okay, now this is one of the other libraries which we have up into the Python programming language that really helps us to go with our data in a much more better way, right? Slowly and gradually, when we will be moving further into our project, we will be getting a lot of places where we are using this pickle library. Okay, and if you have watched out my Python series, so in the Python series I have explained you about the pickling and unpickling in the advanced Python. So that is done with this pickle library only, pickling and unpickling of the different sort of the data, right? It is done with that respective library only. So I recommend you, if you haven't watched out that particular advanced Python thing, so you can just go and check out the video under the pickling and unpickling. So there you will get a lot of idea about this pickle function as well, right? Or else into the further videos under this particular project only, you will be getting it all about, right? Fine, this pickle library that is done. Next I'll be using up the matplotlib. So import matplotlib .pyplot as plt. So my matplotlib.pyplot library, I am importing this as a plt over here. Okay, I'm just simply importing that as plt. Fine. Next is this matplotlib library. What it will really help me to do, it will simply help me to make up the visualizations. It will help me to make the plots of all the respective columns of the data which we are having up under this particular credit card fraud detection thing. Okay, that is what will help me to do. Next, I'll be using the SciPy library. From SciPy import stats. Now this stats, it will really help us to give a lot of the statistical information about our data, and it will even help us to build up some cool visualizations as well in terms of a statistical, so that we can actually get up with some good sort of the analysis and some good insights from our particular data, right? So this is what it will actually help us to do. Moving further, I would now be using the Seaborn first of all. Okay, I would just write import Seaborn as SNS. Okay, 1 second. CBORN. Great. So the Seaborn library, it's again used out for your data visualization only. And for the Seaborn library, I am giving up a short name as SNS. Okay, these are the standard short names which are generally used by everyone for the different sort of the libraries, right? Now you don't have any sort of a restriction that you can just use up this respective standard short name only for representing up your library. You can use any of your choice, but the one which is used by many people and which is very common for understanding purpose also, these are those standard short names which are given to respective libraries or the packages. Okay, so yeah, I'm just importing Seaborn library as SNS. After that, we will be even, first of all, I'll be importing the that PyLab also. So from, let's say, PyLab, I'll be importing the PyLab library. So from PyLab, I'll be importing the PyLab library. So from PyLab, I'll be importing the PyLab library. So from PyLab, I'll be importing the PyLab library. So from PyLab, I'll be importing the PyLab library. So from PyLab, I'll be importing the PyLab library. So from PyLab, I'll be importing the PyLab library. So from PyLab, I'll be importing the PyLab library. So from PyLab, I'll be importing the PyLab library. So from PyLab, I'll be importing the PyLab library. So from PyLab, I'll be importing the PyLab library. So from PyLab, I'll be importing the PyLab library. So from PyLab, I'll be importing the PyLab library. So from PyLab, I'll be importing the PyLab library. So from PyLab, I'll be importing the PyLab library. So from PyLab, I'll be importing the PyLab library. So from PyLab, I'll be importing the PyLab libr PyLab import RC params. Let's see, if you have watched out my previous credit card fraud detection, sorry, this previous Titanic analysis, so there also we have just used out this RC params. So it helps us to set out the parameters for my visualization. It will help me to set down the parameters for my visualizations, which I will be making with the help of the matplotlib and the seaborn library. So that is why this is the thing. And RC stands for rectangle. So this completely means that I want all of my plots, means further into my whole analysis, my complete analysis. Whatever the plots I will be having or whatever the plots I will be making, I want all them to be into the rectangular parameters, right? I don't want my respective plots to be in a square form. I want them to be in the rectangular format, right? So that is why I am just simply using this RC params from the PyLab library. Fine. So that's the idea. Even we have just used out this RC params thing into my previous Titanic analysis also. So if you haven't watched out the previous Titanic data visualization analysis, you can just go ahead and check out my previous videos onto that. Okay, that is done. Now I would be coming over my machine learning part for importing up of my other libraries. What I would do, I would just not do that right away. I would simply import up my ML machine learning algorithms and those respective keras and sklearn and sklearn, TensorFlow, all of these after a short while, not right now. Okay, fine. This much is done. I imported up my respective mini libraries. Fine. Now next, what I will be doing, I would set up a simple simple background and everything for my whole analysis. What I would do, I would do matplotlib inline. So what is this? Actually, this is key. I am setting up a few of the parameters for my visualizations, right? I would set up over here. Let's check out what are we going to do. So I would just use sns.set sns. Okay, one second. Great. SNS is actually used for my short form as a seaborn library, and set is a function which is used to set my visualizations or set in my respective parameters for my visualizations, right? So SNS. So I want this style. I am setting as the style as a white grid. There are many styles. If you go over the official page of the seaborn library and the set function under that, if you just check out the style parameter, so there are multiple styles which you could use, right? There are multiple styles which can be used out over there. So that's one of the things which actually you want to be done, right? Next is palette. Palette is all about our colors. What kind of the colors you want to put up into your visualization. There are a lot named of palettes in the seaborn library. Okay, again you can just go over the official website of seaborn. You can just check out the palette colors over there. Right now I am setting a palette which is muted. Okay, that is the name of a palette actually. Okay, you can set up the font size also. So font scale, I am gonna give this as a parameter, and let's say I am gonna do 1.6. Fine. So simply I am setting up a few initial parameters for my complete analysis. So these initial parameters will be followed for my whole of the analysis, which would be done for this credit card, right? It's not key why we actually do this respective thing, so as ki further whatever we are going to do, further what are the things we are going to do, so not using those respective things every time. I do not need to initialize these particular things, because these are some of the main parameters which really helps us to work over our visualizations in a much better way, in a good way as well. Let's say that's the idea. Next, I'll be using that RC params function which I have just imported above from PyLab. So IC parents, I would just do figure dot fig size, and the parameters I'm going to set is, let's say, 14,8. Right, that's the parameters which I am setting up over here. So now that is the thing. Next I will even be using some more things over here, right? But those things we can include up afterwards, not right now. Fine, right now I would just do this much only, and I would just try to run this once. Great. So our complete thing, we just have gotten the complete data, complete importing up of my libraries and defining up of my idea and defining up of my styles about my further visualizations. For the EDA part only, we have just included this, all of the style things and everything over here. Right. So now that is mainly the idea about just simply making up these respective things, the simply defining up these particular matplotlib inline things is key. It helps us to make my plot look more better, and even it helps us to reduce the work as well, because every time you do not need to define these things. These things now will be taken automatically further in my whole analysis, whatever I would do. So many a times it happens that the plots look very different from each other, so that doesn't look so good as well, right? So it's better that every time whenever you are doing up some analysis or any of the things visualization, you better put those things or define those things in the very starting only, so that you can get a better analysis and the visualization. So I hope this particular thing is pretty clear to you about the defining and setting up of my styles and everything about my respective visualization and importing out of our libraries. From next we'll be further proceeding in further with the data and the readings of those data and everything, right? So I hope you might have enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, do share this video with your friends, to like this video, and do not forget to subscribe out my channel. We'll see you there in the next video.